Tired of hearing all the buzzwords about skills you must be teaching? Know in your heart the system won't move fast enough to support you? Well, stay tuned to part 1 of this 5-part series on the top skills for the future that include real ways that teachers and educators can develop these in their classrooms or online spaces. By the end of this video and the entire series, I promise that you'll have a wealth of new AI-resilient assessment ideas to drive the teaching of critical skills that you can implement in your classroom for 2025 and beyond. Because it's only through individuals that we'll be able to enact change. The system can't do it. Hi, I'm Bianca Raby, CEO of Opeda, an e-learning company I've led for over 5 years. Before that, I spent 10 years working in K-12 as a classroom teacher and leader. And in between, I completed my MBA and started consulting in higher education. So before we dive in, a huge thank you for choosing to spend your time here. Your attention is truly valuable, and we don't take that for granted. If you enjoy what you see, consider giving this video a like. It's a small gesture that makes a big difference. And if you're already a fan, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join us as we keep bringing you content that matters. Thanks for being here. Okay, so this video is going to dive into what it really takes to cultivate analytical and critical thinking skills among those who we educate. Just so that we're on the same page though, let's define each.
Analytical thinking skills refer to the ability to break down complex information into smaller parts, understand relationships within that information, and draw conclusions based on evidence and logical reasoning. Critical thinking skills involve evaluating information and arguments with an open, yet questioning mindset, enabling a person to assess reliability, relevance, and potential biases.
So why do we see them clustered together? Together, these skills are crucial for effective problem solving, decision making, and innovation across diverse contexts, from academia to professional environments. Because we know that as automation becomes more prevalent, employers seek workers who can evaluate complex information, make decisions, and innovate. And analytical thinking and problem solving are foundational in nearly every industry, especially as data-driven approaches shape future work practices. Think about it. The work that didn't require these skills is now being replaced by machines, and the jobs are now with the humans who operate the machines. What does this look like to teach? For the sake of this video series, being bite-sized, to discuss how to teach this, I will work backwards from some possible ways to assess it. The classic backward design technique. Also, all examples I provide have been designed to be AI resilient, addressing the latest challenges for educators about how to create assessments that are challenging for an AI to complete independently while encouraging authentic, critical thinking from students. Assessment Strategy 1, Open-ended Scenario Analysis. The task. Present students with a complex open-ended scenario related to a real-world issue. For example, what are the main causes of homelessness in our community, and why have some past solutions succeeded or failed in addressing it? Ask them to research, present multiple viewpoints, and make evidence-based recommendations. The evaluation. Evaluate students on the depth of analysis, logic of their arguments, and ability to draw connections across disciplines. I would design a rubric that rewards originality and critical evaluation rather than factual recall, making it difficult for AI-generated responses to meet the nuanced criteria. Assessment Strategy 2, Debate-driven research. The task. Ask students to choose a controversial topic relating to the subject you are teaching and research both sides of the argument. For example, should cities focus on building more shelters for the homeless or prioritise funding for programs that provide job training and mental health services? Then ask them to prepare a debate for both perspectives, allowing them to understand multiple viewpoints and the evidence supporting each. The evaluation. Design a rubric that captures both the research and the critical thinking demonstrated by students. Elements could include research and understanding of both sides, quality of argumentation and persuasion, balance and objectivity, critical analysis and reflection, and presentation and delivery. Note, if you're also wishing to foster communication critical skill, then be sure to weigh the presentation and delivery accordingly. Because too often we see that be the least weighted, which I think is crazy given how important communicating ideas is all throughout our lives. Assessment Strategy 3, the ethical dilemma. The task. Present students with an ethical dilemma relevant to the subject area and ask them to write a reflection outlining possible courses of action the reason behind each, and the potential consequences. For example, imagine your community has a limited budget to support social programs, and a debate arises about whether to allocate more funds to affordable housing projects or to expand mental health services. Each option could significantly impact those experiencing homelessness, but only one can be prioritised due to the financial constraint. What should the community do? After writing their reflections, students could participate in a think, pair, share, where they discuss and debate their choices with a peer, potentially revising their solutions based on new insights. The evaluation. I would focus on the depth of each student's reflection, their ability to articulate multiple potential actions, and the reasoning and ethical considerations behind each option. Look for evidence of critical thinking in their identification of consequences and how well they weighed the benefits and drawbacks of each choice. During the think, pair, share discussion, evaluate their openness to alternative viewpoints and willingness to refine their original ideas. So these 3 assessment strategies foster critical thinking by immersing students in tasks that require deep analysis, open-mindedness, and reflective reasoning. They also can all be adjusted for age and context. So what do you think? Have you already been creating assessments like this that drive your teaching? What success have you had? Drop me a comment below, I would love to hear from you. For part 2 in this series, click here, and don't forget to click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay awesome.